Okay, one thing that's really important, and you might want to make a note of this, the negative number here and the negative power here, they have no interaction with each other. They do not have anything to do with each other. This means a negative number, this means divide. They are two different things. Okay? They do not interact. Okay? So I'm going to highlight that. Okay? I'm going to make a note over here. The negative number and negative power are two different things. They're completely different from each other, and they don't interact. Okay, in fact, I'm going to use a different color. I don't want to confuse anything with the top there. This and this have no interaction. So I'm going to even write that there. No interaction. Okay, so they are completely independent of each other, and one will not affect the other. So what are we going to do? Well, I know I have divide, and I can divide by that whole thing. It's in brackets. That divide applies to the whole thing. So I'm going to have negative 2a, and I'm going to keep it in brackets. I need to keep that group together to the power 3. There's always a 1 left over when we cancel things with times and divide. Now I could leave it like that, but I could also apply the power. Negative 2 to the power 3 is negative 8, okay, and then a cubed. So we could leave it like that. And the negative can go on the top or the bottom. In fact, I like to put the negative on the side. Okay, whether I have the negative on the bottom, side, or top, it makes no difference. They all mean the same thing. So again, here the negative power and the negative number have nothing to do with each other. Okay, we're not going to cancel those out somehow. They have nothing to do with each other. So one is a negative number, and this merely means divide. Okay, this does not mean divide by 3. This means roots. So now I'm talking about the cube root of negative 27 in the denominator. Okay, it stays a divide down there. The negative has nothing to do with that divide. And so when I cube root negative 27, well, negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 gives me my 27. So the final answer is negative 1/3. Here I think I might use the reciprocal idea again, because I'm dividing a fraction. That negative here means divide, so it means dividing a fraction means multiplying by the reciprocal. B to the power 0 is just 1, so I'm going to do that as 1. And since I did the reciprocal, am I going to flip this fraction power as well? Well, no, because a fraction does not have anything to do with the times and divide. The fraction has to do with powers and roots. The negative does the flipping, but does not touch the exponent. The exponent has nothing to do with times and divide, which is flipping. It has to do with power on top, root on bottom. So 64 divided by 8 is going to be 8. I think since I would end up with a to the negative 3 like that. But that divide by a 3 times, but it's a divide, so really it's going to end up in the numerator. Okay, it's really a multiply. So this is going to be a to the power positive 3. And I have power 2 root 3. I'm going to apply the cube root first, so the cube root of 8. And the cube root of a cubed, and then I can apply my power after. So I end up with 4a squared. And remember that I have to keep track of what is my base. So when I cube rooted all this, I made sure I kept that all together in one base with the brackets.